What's going on, fam? We back on here with the Juke, man. And today the Giants are still undefeated. They're still 2-0, baby. Defeated the Carolina Panthers 19-16. And let's dive straight into the game and talk about some highlights, some lowlights, some different things in the topics in the game. Let's get straight into it. So let's talk about this game, man. Daniel Jones didn't have the best performance in the world, and honestly, after last week's performance against the Titans when we picked it up at the second half, I kind of expected the offense to get the ball rolling in this game, and that was a complete opposite. We did not get the ball rolling, especially in the beginning. In the beginning of the game, we forced 2 fumbles, man. We got one on a kickoff, and we also got one on Baker's first drive of the game. We forced them to get in third and long situation. Darnay Holmes ripped the ball out of Robbie Anderson, and the offense started off in the opposing side. We started off in the red zone multiple times, and we weren't able to put the ball in the end zone, man. And that was the biggest thing for me, where I was just like, when we get those turnovers like that, when we get those takeaways, we need to take advantage and make sure that we're putting it in the end zone, and that didn't happen yesterday. I don't really know why it didn't happen. Most of the time, the play calling kind of got weird, but I'm not even going to blame the play calling, because ultimately the Panthers defense is not terrible. They are a stout defense, and they were keying in on Barkley. They wanted to make sure that we cannot run the ball with Barkley. Barkley was a catalyst for us winning in the Titans game, and they wanted to make sure that we didn't have that ball rolling for them against them. Obviously, they got gashed by the Browns team, and they came out and they stopped Saquon Barkley the first half for sure. We ended off the first half with -5 rushing yards, and all in all, it was 6-up at halftime. So it wasn't like we dominated the game. It was a very ugly game, I'm not going to lie. Second half, after a little bit of adjustments, the offense still came out flat. We still weren't able to move the ball. In Carolina, they picked apart their matchup. We had Cordell Flott. He was starting as a cornerback too, due to Aaron Robinson having appendicitis, which, if you don't know what that is, it pretty much like you got to remove your appendix because it bursts on you. And it releases a lot of crazy toxins, crazy stuff. So when you look at it going into this game, I was like, bro, they might be able to pick us apart, because we got a rookie and they picked on him first drive that they got the ball, and they ended up scoring a touchdown. That was the only touchdown they did score. The defense played crazy all game. They played fantastic, to be honest, better than I can really hope for. We were able to get a couple sacks going on. Really loved the way that they were utilizing the safeties in our defense. Of course, we had Julian Love playing in the box a little bit. We had Xavier McKinney in the box all game, and he was playing matched up with Christian McCaffrey. I was really worried that he was going to do some stuff to us in the receiving game as well as the rushing game, and he finished the day with 100 rushing yards. That was due to a 40-yard run towards, I think, the end of the third quarter or the beginning of the fourth quarter, and that 40-yard run did spring them into the red zone, but our defense still stayed tall, and they were only able to hit that field goal. Like I said, man, this Giants defense came ready to play. Xavier McKinney locked up McCaffrey on certain routes. He only finished the day with 4 catches. And rushing wise, like I said, he finished with above 100. But if you watch that game, you can tell the Giants defense was just ready for it all. This is without Kayvon Thibodeau. He was a key player that I was saying to look out for into the game, and he didn't play. You know, I kind of thought he really had a chance to, but that's okay, because honestly, I'm cool with that. We still were able to escape out with the W. And next week, I expect Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari to be back. Week 3, you know, a little extra day going towards the Monday night game. And I think they'll both be back for that game, which that's going to be exciting. Make sure you look out for the preview against the Cowboys for the next Monday. But like I said, man, this defense being able to pull through. Leonard Williams did get hurt in the third quarter, but they locked them down still the whole fourth quarter. With no Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence was providing a lot of pressure in the middle. O'Shane Ximenez had one of his best games of his Giants career, like literally his Giants career, and he's been on this team for like 4 years now. And yeah, man, certain blitzes that were called up did fantastic. You know, Baker Mayfield was able to escape out of a lot of plays where I was just like, bro, we need to get him to the ground, because those are game-changing plays that, you know, we can make a fumble. You want to talk about Danny fumbles, maybe Baker can get fumble. But he was able to escape a lot of them. But when it came down to it at the end of the game, man, Julian Love with a clinching sack that forced them to punt the ball. They couldn't go for it on fourth down. It was like 4th and a mile at that point. And I just love, like, once again, this Giants team, the offense was not rolling at all. But when they needed to move the ball, they were able to do that. After the Baker and the Panthers scored that 1 touchdown, we went right back down the field and scored a touchdown to answer back to tie up the game again. And then towards the end of the game, of course, when we needed a drive, we went down there. Graham Gano cash money, bro. That man is a sniper. He made a 56-yard field goal that was able to take the lead 19-16, of course. And once again, the defense shut them out, held them out of their way. And when we got the ball back in the last drive, Daniel Jones able to do it with his legs, got that first down, and we did not have to give them the ball back. You don't know how many times last year where, you know, we would be up, but when it's our turn to finish the game off, when it's our turn to run out the clock, we weren't able to do so because we couldn't convert, man. And luckily Daniel Jones was able to roll out. Then he saw a gap open in the middle, took off for it, and got that first down. Once again, not the prettiest game, of course, but Daniel Jones, when he needed to make some plays, he did. And in the beginning and throughout most of the game, I was looking at him like, yo, what are you doing, bro? And the whole time I was watching the game, I was like, Daniel Jones, just don't throw a pick. Don't throw a pick, because I said it. You know, the next turnover battle, the next turnover in general was going to decide who's going to win that game. After those 2 fumbles, there was no other turnovers in this game. But I will say, you know, I was holding on to dear life, hoping that Daniel Jones was not going to throw a pick. And he didn't do so. You know, obviously his stats right now, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. So not terrible stats, but not world-beating stats either. So we just need to make sure that we're putting him in the best position possible. Once again, that Panthers defense is pretty stout as well, so I'll give them some credit. But I definitely thought that we could have taken advantage of some of the plays that was going on. And once again, we were able to escape with the W, did enough to win, and that's all that matters, because there's a lot of times where last year we didn't have that fight in us. We weren't going to win this game last year, or these past couple years in general. And being 2-0, man, is something that we haven't felt in a very, very, very long time. Last time the Giants started out 2-0, I was a sophomore in high school, so literally it's been a little while. It's been 6 years since that moment. I'm definitely going to be enjoying it, because at the end of the day, the Giants are undefeated. You can't tell me anything. Y'all teams cannot tell me anything. If you're not 2-0, I don't want to hear it at the end of the day. We're rolling into Monday night, of course, against the Dakless Cowboys. I think we have a shot. I really do think we have a shot. But please be on the lookout for that preview against the Cowboys, of course, to see the in-depth matchups of who we need to beat, who's going to be able to have a good game, and who we need to have a good game to be able to get that W. But once again, man, the Giants are undefeated. We're 2-0, baby. And let's just stay on it, man. Let's keep winning. I don't want to lose anymore. You know, we haven't lost in a little while. Let's just keep winning. That's it. All right, y'all, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys appreciate the content. Of course, I wasn't able to upload this right after the game. I was feeling a little sick, of course. But we want to make sure that I'm still providing that post-game content. And still, I will be out here for that preview against the Cowboys, like I said. In the meantime, make sure you're liking it up down below, commenting. Who's your favorite team? Are you guys 2-0? If you're not, you're worse than the Giants. That's all I got to say. And make sure you're subscribing down below. If not, also make sure you're appreciating the content I got to my left right here. We got a couple vids on there. And I'll catch you guys on the next vid. Peace. Giants are undefeated, man. The Giants are undefeated. Clap it up. Clap it up. Yes, sir. When it comes to the most valuable player to the team, most valuable player on the best team, I think this team is in good hands. And if we are healthy, the whole East needs to be on the lookout.